Hello, and welcome to your next lesson. Today we will review the days feature, which will return the number of days between two dates. We will also incorporate the absolute reference, which was covered in the formula series. This will help you further understand referencing types. Please open the Date and Time workbook and go to the Days tab to follow along in the lesson. The following illustration provides an example of the tool we will review today. We can reference a cell when using this feature. We can also plug the dates and today's feature directly into our formula. When doing our calculations today, we will use an absolute reference to ensure that our information is being pulled from one source. Let's go ahead and look at the lesson and solidify the understanding. So here we are in our spreadsheet, and I have added some data for us to work with. We're going to begin by plugging the dates from a random date directly into the formula. Let's begin by selecting cell C5. Let's go ahead and type equal and type the word days. Let's go ahead and start an opening parenthesis. Next, let's go ahead and type 12/25/2020. Now let's go ahead and put this date in quotation marks. Let's add a comma, and then we'll type our random date, which is 12/1/1920. Now this also needs to be in quotation marks. Let's go ahead and add a closing parenthesis and press enter. Now based on this random date to today, which is 12/25/2020, it has been 36,549 days. Okay, so this time we're going to do a cell-to-cell reference for Apollo 11. Let's go ahead and select cell D5 and say equal. Let's go ahead and type the word days. Let's place an opening parenthesis. Let's select cell B4. Let's place a comma, and let's go ahead and select cell D4. Let's close the parenthesis. Let's go ahead and click enter. Okay, and from this date, it has been 18,786 days. Okay, so the next formula, we will include the today's feature, and we will also reference a cell. So let's begin by placing our mouse inside of cell E5. Let's say equal and type the word days. Let's place an opening parenthesis. Now I want to go ahead and type the word today. Let's go ahead and place an opening and closing parenthesis. Let's add a comma, and let's go ahead and reference our first cell. Let's click cell E4, and let's go ahead and close the parenthesis and click enter. Okay, so it has been 40,997 days since the Auto T automobile has been released. Now because we are referencing today, this information will not change, so this is a good opportunity to go ahead and do an autofill. Let's select cell E5. Let's get the black cross as we hover. Let's go ahead and left click, and let's drag this all the way down the I5 and release. So let's go ahead and take a look at the formula to ensure that this has been calculated correctly. Let's go ahead and click inside of cell G5, and as you look at the formula, you can see that it references today in addition to G4. Let's do the same for I5. You will see that it references today in addition to I4. So because the today is constant, we can ensure that our calculation is correct. Okay, so from the first date of the movie theater has been 42,193 days. From the introduction of Kodak's Brownie camera has been 44,151 days. And from the Orville Wright first sustained flight has been 42,743 days. So in our last exercise, we were able to use the today's feature as our constant. Sometimes we will need to refer to a cell as a constant, as the next exercise will demonstrate. Let's go ahead and select cell C10. Let's say equal and type the word days. And we're going to use cell B4 as our constant in this case. Let's go ahead and place an opening parenthesis. Now, in order to make this cell constant, we need to place a $ in front of the cell column as well as the cell row. So let's say $B and $4. Okay, so this is telling Excel that this is our constant and it does not change as we drag our formula. Let's go ahead and place a comma, and let's go ahead and select cell C9. Okay, so now let's go ahead and close the parenthesis and let's click enter. Okay, so if you look at our random date as well as what we just calculated, you will see that the information does match. Okay, so now I want to go ahead and do an autofill, and as we do this, this should line up with the calculations that we have completed already. So let's go ahead and select cell C10. Let's get our black cross as we hover. Let's go ahead and drag it all the way over to I10. So now as you look at the cells, you will see that the information does line up. You will see that Apollo 11 has 18,786 days between the two dates for the absolute reference as well as the formula within the dates. As you look at Kodak introduces Brownie cameras, you will see that both dates are 44,151. Okay, let's look at the over right. You will see that both returns reflects 42,743 days. So those are examples of how you can apply your today feature as a constant, but more importantly, you want to be able to apply a cell reference as your constant. Okay, and with that being said, we're going to wrap up the lesson. I will see you in the next video. You have completed another video. I am very proud of you and the progress that you are making. You are doing a great job, and I look forward to seeing you in our next level up lesson video.